So some of you will remember I made this video just before the season started on how ghosts never die and how we were really going to learn the true meaning behind Tariq's words this season. And it's the right time to continue with the Ghosts Never Die story after we saw Tariq St Patrick being arrested by Kamal Tate, and all of the bad things that Tariq has done has finally caught up with him. But this is where Tariq is going to have to live up to his words and really unleash his inner ghost, and whether he's worthy of Ghost's name or not. But he's going to need the help, not just from his lawyers, he's going to need the help of Braden, Effie and Diana to keep his drug business going, because he's going to need money to pay for Davis McLean, because we know he doesn't come cheap. So loyalty will be tested, trust is going to be needed, and we're going to see who Tariq can really count on. There's also other factors at play here. Monet, Rashad Tate, Simon Stern will all need him for their own reasons, which we'll go through in detail, as well as why Lauren, Carrie and Kane all have to go. But I don't think they all will. They'll all have their own different fates. Now ultimately I do think he will beat this, and Tariq will win, but someone will have to take the fall, who I think will be Kane. So we're gonna dive deep into how Tariq and Diana could pull a move like Tasha and Ghost did with Kanan, setting up Kane. So we're also gonna look at some parallels, Easter eggs in this part 2 of how ghosts never die. So stick with this video till the end. But let's set the foundation and the timeline of events, and then we're going to come to why I actually think there's more in this letter than Tariq has first told us. Now Tariq found himself in handcuffs because Zeke was cleared of all the charges after Ramirez's body was found. There was no way they could prove Zeke killed Jabari and Ramirez. After Kamal Tate found Jabari's novel, this put them right along the path of Tariq St Patrick. Jabari's novel was always going to be huge, and Carrie was always going to be involved, because the first book was a story about her, but she could press Tariq all she wanted about karma and how people would always pay for their sins. But she would never be able to break Tariq or catch him off guard, because he was way too smart for that to happen. But one person who could catch him off guard was Lauren, and this was his downfall. This was his thumbscrew, which Carrie exploited using her past experience as a prosecutor. But they needed more than just a book. They needed motive for Tariq to kill Jabari, and if they found a motive for Tariq to kill him, as well as connecting him to the novel and the same gun being used to kill Ramirez, then both murders are solved. So this is where Lauren came into play, and how Carrie used her past experience to lie to Lauren, telling her that Tariq had nothing to do with anything, and they were looking closely at Braden Weston. And in my opinion, Carrie definitely earned her death in this moment. Monet warned her to leave this shit alone after Zeke was cleared, because at the end of the day, Monet needs Tariq to keep her business running, and also because Tariq has been the only one to never betray her, apart from lying to her about Jabari's death, which he had a good reason for. So Carrie for me has definitely earned her death, and I think we're going to see that in the second half of the season, and maybe Lauren as well. I do think there's a small chance Lauren could actually help Tariq in the second half of the season, but let's wait and see. But Lauren goes over to find Tariq, but inadvertently gets Braden and Lorenzo Tejada Jr. on her wire, which then puts Kane on the radar of the detectives. But nothing comes of Kane, because he can't be connected to any of the murders as of yet, and we'll get to Kane later on in this video when we talk about how Tariq will get out of this mess. But Lauren is someone who, when Tariq is around, he definitely lets his guard down, and if you've noticed, he's also been a lot more honest and open this season. He told Lauren in this scene that Braden didn't know anything about Jabari, and the book was definitely not about Braden, because Jabari told him who the book was about, and there it was. They had Tariq's connection to the book, and if Tariq knew about Jabari writing about him, then there's the motive to kill him, and Kamal Tate really got it spot on. He also did a background check on Tariq and found that he was kicked out of Chode for selling drugs, and Ghost was also known but never convicted of being a drug kingpin. Kamal Tate was always on the right lines because he knew this family and he was thinking logically, not with an obsession like Kevin Whitman. So this is what opened up Tariq's room at Stansfield, and this is where they found this, Ramirez's badge, and not only could they connect him to the book, they found the badge in Tariq's room, so connecting him to both murders. So Tariq was arrested in a ghost-like suit, when Ghost was arrested by Angela with the same theme song in the background, which was Jacob Banks' Unknown to You.
You are under arrest for the murder of Special Agent Gregory Knox.
Tariq St Patrick, you're under arrest. For the murders of Officer Danilo Ramirez and Professor...
But the story didn't finish there for Tariq in episode 5, so let's talk about Ghost's letter that he left for him. Now Daniel, who was looking after Ghost's estate until Tariq graduates, had a letter for him in the case he was ever arrested for homicide, and you have to say, Ghost was definitely 3 moves ahead of everyone. But in the letter he wrote, I knew you'd end up here, right where you belong. Now I really do think there's more to this letter than Ghost just telling him he's right where he belongs. I don't think Tariq finished reading everything, so let's wait and see if there is more to it. Now, Ghost wanted Tariq to hand himself in for Ray Ray's murder, but it was very hypocritical coming from Ghost for all the bad shit that he did to get to where he got to. But this is why he wanted Tariq to stay on the right path, because he didn't want Tariq to go through what he did, how he had to kill to survive, how he had to go to prison to fight for his life. He wanted a better life for Tariq, but Tariq chose this himself. So should we feel sorry for him? Technically no, because he does deserve to be where he is, because he killed a civilian. But I'm still gonna say it, free Tariq. But let's spin this and talk about how Ghost's letter is actually gonna help him, because in my Ghost Never Die part 1 video that I did say when Tariq ends up in a situation exactly like this, he's gonna need the help of Ghost in a way of a hallucination scene. And although this isn't exactly a hallucination scene, Ghost is actually helping Tariq with this savage letter that he's left for him. This letter can definitely be looked at as reverse psychology, because in his mind, Tariq will probably be thinking, fuck you Ghost, and he'll be thinking he's gonna beat this and he can be better than him and be worthy of one day taking his name and be the manifestation of what he could never be. And we just have to rewind it to season 1, when Tariq said to Tasha that Ghost always used to say that drug dealers either end up dead or in jail. Well, I think I found another way. In a later season, I do think we'll see Tariq's other way. But while Tariq is in prison, he's gonna have a lot of thinking time. The first night in prison, when you're in that cell and the lights turn off, that's the hardest night. He's gonna have all sorts of thoughts running through his mind, and being called a cop killer, killing one of their own, you can bet the prison guards are gonna come down hard on Tariq, exactly like they did with Ghost. And who could he potentially meet in prison? Maybe Cristobal or Roberto. I don't think he's gonna meet Theo, because it seems like he's in a different prison because of the color of his prison suit. So is this how they reintroduce Cristobal's character into Power Book 2 Ghost? It's definitely something to think about. But how can Tariq beat this? That's the question. There's a lot of ways, because as I mentioned before, he was building a formidable team on the outside, a team that has ample amounts of power, influence, and money. And these include Rashad Tate, Simon Stern, Davis McLean, and Cooper Saxe. We definitely can't sleep on Cooper Saxe, because I do think he is due a win, and he's going to get his first win on Power with Tariq St Patrick. Now there's also Monet, who needs Tariq for her own reasons, the biggest one being because she's about to lose control over her kids, and Tariq will be the only person left who she can trust, so we're going to see Monet helping Tariq. Now Rashad Tate needs Tariq because he needs his help to get dirt on Congressman Rick Sweeney, so he can get his seat at the table. So there's a bit of conflict of interest here with his brother Kamal's case against Tariq, which is going to put Kamal's career on the line. Let's just see how far Rashad Tate is really willing to go to get this seat at the table. Now Simon Stern, we all know about Simon Stern and how much power he has. He also has a vested interest in Tariq, because they're technically business partners now. Once Tariq graduates, truth goes to Simon Stern. Now there's also Effie, Braden, and Diana. They're going to be 3 people who probably hold it down for him and maybe carry on as business as usual, so he's not out of pocket and he's able to pay Davis McLean. And with the addition of the best defense attorney in New York, Davis McLean and Cooper Saxe, who's in bed with Jenny Sullivan, I think Tariq will definitely beat this case. So let's talk about how all of this is going to come back on Kane. Now one obvious question is, does Tariq have an alibi for Ramirez's murder? Where was he when Kane killed him? Now I don't know if this was in the same time frame as Kane killing Ramirez, but Tariq was with Paula, who used to work with Davis McLean in season 1 episode 9. Now only time will tell if this is a valid alibi or not, but with Jabari's murder, he was one of the last people to meet Jabari according to his schedule, and they've got some solid evidence and motive for Tariq killing Jabari. But Kane, aka Lorenzo Tejada Jr., he was caught on the wire with Braden in Tariq's room. His details have also been passed and into the hands of Jenny Sullivan. Now we're going to see Davis McLean and Cooper Saxe working for Tariq, because I doubt Tamika is going to work with Tariq because she knows he's a monster. But I'll be honest, these are the 2 people you want on your side. With Davis McLean, he doesn't need the truth to win, and Cooper Saxe, he can get on the inside with Jenny Sullivan and get vital information, and we could very well see Cooper Saxe's first win on Power. But I do think Tariq will need more than the help of just Cooper Saxe. I really do think Diana could help him frame Kane, exactly like Ghost and Tasha did with Kanan. And Diana is someone who knows Kane's motives aren't pure and in the best interest of their family and for the greater good. Maybe they do need to get rid of him, maybe not kill him, but send him away. I hope so anyway, because I do want Kane to stick around for a while. But coming full circle to Ghosts Never Die, this is why Ghosts never die. Ghost still haunts him, he's everywhere. The letter was savage and ruthless, but I really don't think we've heard everything from the letter. And just how Michael Rainey Jr. said, we'll find out the true definition of Ghosts Never Die this season. We're about to see it, because Tariq is going to have to unleash his inner ghost, and even potentially pull a ghost-like move with the help of Diana to possibly frame Kane. So drop all your thoughts down below on Tariq being arrested, and do you think there's more in that letter to what Tariq read? And could it also be what Tariq's burning in this image? Drop all your thoughts down below, and of course if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.